this?
Many Tekken players are wondering why Tifa has not yet become the latest DLC in Tekken 8. Recently, the character Anna also returned as the newest DLC. There is a little unique fact about this. Yesterday, I uploaded a video about characters that might be added to Tekken, and in that video, I also included Anna as a potential character. A few hours later, Bandai Namco released a new video featuring Anna as the latest DLC character. At a glance, it looks like perfect timing, almost as if I could predict the future. Anna Williams, known as Scarlet Lightning, has been announced as the first DLC character for Tekken 8 Season 2. She will be available for Season 2 character and stage pass holders starting March 31st, 2025, and for all players on April 3rd, 2025. As the younger sister of Nina Williams, Anna returns with a burning grudge against her sister. Her story deepens, especially after the tragic incident on her wedding day, where her fiancé was killed by Nina. Meanwhile, from Final Fantasy, Clive Rossfield was previously announced as a DLC character for Tekken 8. This announcement was made at the Game Awards 2024, where Clive was revealed as the first guest character in the game. For those who own the Playable Character Year 1 Pass, Clive was available for early access for 72 hours starting December 16, 2024, and became available for all players on December 19, 2024. The addition of Clive Rossfield expands the roster of Final Fantasy guest characters in the Tekken franchise, following the inclusion of Noctis Lucis Salem from Final Fantasy XV in Tekken 7. This move enriches the gaming experience by bringing a crossover between two popular games. So, what about Tifa? The Tekken community has long desired the presence of Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII as a guest character in Tekken 8. Discussions and speculations about this have been widespread across various platforms, highlighting the community's enthusiasm for this idea. However, not all community members agree. Some argue that Tifa's fighting style might be too similar to existing characters, such as Jun or Asuka, making her less unique in terms of gameplay variety. Additionally, Tekken 8 producer Katsuhiro Harada has stated that while he does not rule out the possibility of including more than one Final Fantasy character, the decision is not entirely in their hands. Despite this, the community remains hopeful and continues to discuss the potential inclusion of Tifa as a DLC character in the future. On the other hand, one of the main factors hindering Tifa Lockhart's inclusion as a DLC character in Tekken 8 is the issue of rights and licensing. As a character from Final Fantasy VII, Tifa is fully owned by Square Enix, meaning Bandai Namco cannot simply add her to Tekken 8 without official permission. The licensing process typically involves negotiations between both companies, covering aspects such as character usage, visual representation, signature moves, as well as voice and dialogue used in the game. Every detail must receive approval from Square Enix to ensure that Tifa appears in Tekken 8 in accordance with the vision and standards set by her original creators. Apart from licensing, the cost of acquiring rights is also a major consideration when bringing guest characters into Tekken. Square Enix is likely to set a high price for using Tifa in another franchise, especially considering her popularity as one of the most iconic characters in the gaming industry. Bandai Namco must carefully assess whether the cost is justified by the potential revenue Tifa's inclusion could generate in Tekken 8's side. In previous cases, guest characters from other franchises, such as Noctis from Final Fantasy VII or Akuma from Street Fighter, also required significant investment in licensing fees. If the licensing costs for Tifa are too high, Bandai Namco might opt to develop their own original characters or select a guest character whose rights are easier and more affordable to obtain. Square Enix's policies regarding character crossovers could also be a limiting factor. While they previously allowed Noctis to appear in Tekken 7, their stance on crossovers may not be the same for Tekken 8. Square Enix has its own strategy for leveraging its characters in collaborations, and they may prefer to keep Tifa exclusive to their own projects, such as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or other games under their direct control. Additionally, they might be more inclined to feature Tifa in crossovers that align better with Final Fantasy's style, such as RPG-based fighting games or titles developed directly by Square Enix. All these factors make Tifa's inclusion in Tekken 8's more complex than simply adding her to the DLC fighter roster. The decision involves multiple business and creative considerations, making it a challenging process that extends beyond just fan demand. Bandai Namco may currently be evaluating which guest characters are most in demand by the community before making a final decision. If the demand for Tifa is strong enough and Square Enix is willing to cooperate, there is a high chance that she could be included in the next wave of DLC. Additionally, guest characters are typically introduced gradually, and if Tekken 8 follows the DLC pattern of Tekken 7, multiple season passes featuring guest fighters from various franchises are likely to be released. To assess Tifa's chances of joining Tekken 8, we can look at how previous guest characters were introduced to the franchise. In Tekken 7, Noctis from Final Fantasy was successfully included as a guest fighter, proving that a collaboration between Bandai Namco and Square Enix is not impossible. Furthermore, characters from completely different franchises, such as Akuma from Street Fighter and Negan from The Walking Dead, were also adapted into Tekken, despite coming from vastly different universes. If Tifa is added to Tekken 8, the challenge will be adapting her fighting style to ensure she remains unique compared to existing characters. One of the biggest factors that could push Tifa's inclusion in Tekken 8 is community support. Bandai Namco often considers fan requests when deciding on additional characters, as seen with the return of several classic fighters due to high demand. If enough players continue to request Tifa through social media, forums, and official surveys, the chances of her being added as a DLC character will significantly increase. Online petitions, discussions on Reddit, and comments on official Tekken posts can all serve as ways for the community to grab the developers' attention. If fan pressure becomes strong enough and Square Enix agrees to grant permission, then the hope of seeing Tifa in Tekken 8 remains very much alive.
You gotta focus. I'm still ready to fight.
So that's why it's very difficult for Tifa to be added as a DLC character in Tekken 8. In my opinion, the probability of Tifa making it into the Tekken 8 series is only 10%. This is also because they have already included a Final Fantasy character, Clive Rossfield. What do you think? Does Tifa still have a chance to appear in the Tekken series? Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in another video.